And I think
Go ahead.
the argument there from the consumer is an extremely real one. I get it, because you don't want to ever price somebody out of your sport.
Right.
So there's tons of brands that do things not to price themselves out of a sport for an entry-level rider. You can look at Kink with Mission parts,
Right.
Ronnie Bonner with Rant, Haro has Baseline. I believe Merritt has a company called Theory now that does some aftermarket parts. There's a lot of quote-unquote catalog items like those brands where arguably the design already exists, or it's an existing design modified, but they're still good parts.
Yeah.
You know, they're not bad parts. Haro's Baseline frame, I'm not super hard on frames, but I rode one for 9 months with not a single problem to make sure that it was fine. Now, so you're going to argue that for me, a kid can buy an OEM bike, and then if they have a problem, they buy one of those parts. And then if they've been in it for a year or two, then you go ahead and you buy the high-end free coaster rear wheels, or the profile cassettes, or, the high-end aftermarket parts. So I think as much as the prices have raised, the industry has been smart in being aware that they should also offer a price-specific item that a rider can buy into and know that it's just quality. It might not be the most innovative design, but it's quality, it's going to hold up, and you're not going to get hurt riding it. And that's important as well.
Yeah, I think you brought up a really good point with the Rants, the Baseline, the all of those companies in BMX. But I think what we've been missing for so long is the line of communication between the companies and the masses of BMX to understand that these parts are what they are and what they're meant to be. I think that there's a lot of people who might not understand that the Rant part isn't meant to be on the same level as the premium CK or the Haro.
Exactly.
Like, it's not meant to be, even though Rant doesn't make frames, but it still stands. It's not meant to be the same thing. And I think that if that message gets put out there, like, yes, these are catalog parts, but that's what they have to be to make it affordable. And then when you're buying the aftermarket or the signature part of this rider, that's when you're buying the thing that was made to their spec with their design and specifically for them.
And it's ironic too, because I look at it too, like when I built up that frame, I was like kind of laughing because I'm like, this is so much better than other frames I rode when I was a kid that I paid $100 more for than this. I'm like, so in a way, as much as cost has gone up, it's gone down as well if you think about it, because when I worked at Haro in sales before, I think that would have been 19 years ago. So I think the average cost of the frame 19 years ago probably would have been around $280, $300. Well, the baseline frame, or these budget point price frame frames, are really almost the same quality, with the exception of a standard or an S&M.
Right.
Really, we're very close to the same quality. They're better quality. They have internal headsets and mid-bottom brackets. We're not blowing out bearings left and right anymore.
Yeah.
So it's a weird opinion